So today we will talk about the concept of dog sitting, dog walking, dog pensions and the likes. There are pros and cons to be told, but long story short, I would only do it if it's the only thing that you could do, and not as an option that I would like to exercise often. But it can be a lifesaver in some circumstances. Oi, oi. Okay, so that being said, the concept is that someone else is taking care of your dog, either walking it for you or sitting it like a babysitter or children's sitter, so that you are free to do whatever you want also without the dog. Or sometimes also on holidays, then they have this solution to free you, and you are able to go at places where dogs are not allowed, or it's very costly to take a dog. But that being said, plain as sky, there are quite a lot of costs involved also with this dog pensions and the likes. So for example, you have to pay, of course, for taking care of your dog, but you also have to be vaccinated up to date, and also with things where you normally would not have any trouble with. For example, kennel cough is very often not a high risk of contamination if you only have one dog, for example, but then you have to. And there are also drawbacks. You can have the dog taken care of, but perhaps it doesn't like those other people as much as they like you, or those other people just see it as a job and do not do it in a professional way, just making as much money as possible instead of taking real good care of the dogs. Another thing is, if you need a dog walker, why would you take a dog? So if you need someone to walk the dog for you every time, this is a big part of dog ownership, and of course it will free up some time for you, but that's part of the solution in my opinion. So if you're not able to walk the dog, I wouldn't recommend getting one. Dog sitter, if it's not structural, could be a saver, where you need to go somewhere for a longer period than you estimated, and the dog sitter can take care of that. That's a good thing. Could also be someone in the family, someone you trust. Could also be in his or her own location, your house. And they can also sit the house perhaps for you, so that could be two flies in one strike, which is good. But there are also drawbacks, and especially in dog pensions, also dogs can fight with each other. Some dogs will be taxed harder if they are more dominant. You can get a litter that they are being mounted by another dog, so you should take real good care of that. And there are also a lot of places you can just take your dog if you take the precautions. And for example, Airbnb, you can also select on ability to take one pet with you. And especially the smaller dogs, like this Patterdale terrier, are often very easy to take with you, whereas bigger dogs are harder and also not always accepted. For example, they say you can take a small pet up to this and this size, and it would be hard with your German Shepherd to conform for that size restrictions. Nice sun, huh? Really nice. And also birds singing. And another thing is that when you take your dog with you, you also have another friend with you, and someone who can help you also in unknown situations. the thing is, dogs and most animals, but dogs is like the epitome of that, are there to help you, and they will know a lot faster than the average human when something is amiss, and they will alert you. And if you are alerted, it's a lot better to cope with the situation that is not expected. For example, someone tries to rob you, someone wants to intrude the place that you're staying, and also it is a deterrent. If they see someone walking with a dog, they see that there's a harder target than the average person without a dog. So that could also be helpful. Long story short, I think that these facilities can serve a purpose, but should only be used when needed. And also please do the calculation, because a dog in a pension, especially a few weeks, and all the vaccinations, you could perhaps at the same price or even less take the dog with you and have a good friendship companion with you all the time, and also have less stress for the dog. And also you have to bring the dog, take the dog again, takes also additional time that you might be saving, that you don't have to walk the dog. But the dog and the walking thereof is also very good for your health, and this is a nice way to explore the region that you're living at that moment. Another thing is that dog sitting depends of course on all the dogs and breeds. I've been very lucky with my dogs. Sometimes due to situations that were not anticipated before, we had to stay away for like 12 hours, 8 hours or more. So often between 8 and 12 hours, and the dogs went very well with it. They just relaxed, and they even kept up their excrements and their urine. And then when you come home, the first thing that you do is help the dog, walk the dog, so that it can release itself. And it also takes away a little bit of the anticipation stress, if present, because they get the attention that they were craving for that time. And I never had a big accident, or never that they demolished something in my absence. So I've been blessed, but I also think this is part of the bonding between the dog and you, and that they really see you as their companion, and their house, your house, as their lair, which they don't want to disrupt. Have a great day.